Evening, everyone. Evening, Jai Hind. I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. So I guess I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Evening. Evening, everyone. Okay. So first of all, welcome to Khan Global Studies. And in today's session, the topics which we are going to discuss, if we look at the topics, the first topic which we are going to discuss in today's session is related to GLP drugs, GLP-1 drugs. If you have gone through the current affair classes in the month of September, 2025, may have seen that we have discussed about this one topic, that WHO has added GLP-1 drugs to the essential medicine list. That WHO has added this GLP-1 drugs to the essential medicine list. And like at that time, we have discussed mostly about this one part, that what is essential medicine list. We have seen the essential medicine list with respect to international WHO level also. We have seen essential medicine list at the level of this India also. We have seen that who declares the essential medicine list by at WHO level, and at the same time we have also seen about the essential medicine list at India level. So this is one part which we have discussed, and now again the GLP-1 drugs has resurfaced. So we will talk a little bit about this, that what is actually the GLP-1 drugs and what is the relevance of it. Second topic which we are going to talk about is electoral reforms. Here basically we are going to talk about this one thing, that what are the issues with respect to elections in India. Some of them we will be discussing, some of them broadly. We will be discussing some of them broadly. So that is one part which we are going to discuss. The third topic which we have in the news today is with respect to the Kosi River. Kosi has been called as the sorrow of Bihar, and we are going to talk about this Kosi River, that how it changes its course frequently. And at the same time, we will also try to examine that if we are trying to control the flood in case of Kosi, then what is the challenge there? So this is one part. Then we are also going to talk about the places in news. There is a special news article with respect to Sudan. So in that aspect itself, we are going to talk about it. I hope the voice is proper now. I hope now it is proper. Okay. So these are the topics. But before we go into that, there is a very important announcement for all of you. Last day also I talked a little bit about this one thing. So we are coming with this one thing called as Parivartan batch for UPSC Prelims 2026. We are coming with this Parivartan batch. And in this batch, you will find that there is a multi-level and multiple times revision for UPSC Prelims 2026. You will find that there are several tests plus live sessions of tests plus mentorship support which is going to be provided under this Parivartan program. So you will find that initially some section wise tests will be conducted. For example, if we are talking about polity, you will first get 4 tests, let's say 4 tests of 50 questions each for the polity part. Then after, you will also have a revision test. So there will be multiple phases in which you will be solving the same subject, the same concepts multiple times. There will also be live sessions with respect to the questions which has been framed in the test. You will be able to see the questions there. You will be able to discuss with that. Okay. And at the same time, there will be a mentorship support also. It will be there for offline students also and for online students also. For offline students, it will be there at the center. For online students, it will be there via Zoom call. Okay. So you will find that mentorship supports, live sessions of test discussion, and several tests are also going to be conducted here. Now, here you will find that GS and CSAT, GS plus CSAT, and in fact, there will be current affairs videos also. You will also be getting current affairs video. You will also be getting the magazine. So all these things are going to be provided to you. So from current affairs to the general studies portion to the CSAT, the entire portion can be covered through this Parivartan batch. Okay. So this is one program for you. Okay. Now, let's solve some questions. Let us solve some questions. So this is for prelims 2026. Okay. इसका schedule जो है, it will be uploaded very soon. It has been it is going to be uploaded very soon in the portal itself. So from there you can see, you can see the first part, that from when it is going to start. It is going to start from 21st December. You will have the orientation session, and from 23rd December onward, there will be the tests of the different subjects. So you will get the schedule also. इसमें CSAT test is also included. CSAT test will be there. You will also be getting the live sessions with respect to the discussion of CSAT paper. At the same time, you will, if you are having a doubt, you will get the mentorship support also. These all things are included in the Parivartan program. Now, coming to this one question, which of the following is not correct with respect to masala bonds? It is issued in foreign markets. It is issued in local currency of the foreign markets. Third part, it reduces the risk of currency volatility for the investors and companies. And fourth one, it is regulated by RBI and SEBI. So what will be the correct answer here? B option. I think all of you can easily identify that it is issued in local currency of the foreign market. That is incorrect. It is not issued in the local currency of the foreign market. It is issued in the form of rupee. It is issued in the form of rupee. So that's why the B option will be incorrect. CBI requires consent from states in investigating all types of cases in the jurisdiction of the state. CBI has been established as a statutory body by the union government. CSAT course ka fee. For the fee part, you will have to look at the website or the app. There you will get the idea about the fee. So tell me about this. Question number 2. CBI requires consent from states in investigating all types of cases in the jurisdiction of the state. CBI has been established. CBI has been established as a statutory body by the union government. A option, B option. D option. So fragmented answers. Okay, let's look at this. Here it says that CBI requires consent from states in investigating all types of cases in the jurisdiction of the state. You might be aware about this, that it is not all types of cases. It is not all types of cases. Why? Those cases which has been directly directed from the Supreme Court or High Court will not require the consent of the states. If High Court or Supreme Court has given the order to investigate a particular case in any state, there is no longer requirement of consent of the states. The first statement is incorrect. CBI has been established as a statutory body by the union government. Statutory body means the one which has been established by an act of parliament. So this has not been directly established by an act of parliament. It has been established by an executive resolution of Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay. It comes under a different ministry, but it has been established by an executive resolution of Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay. So that's why it is not a statutory body. So that's why the answer will be neither one nor two. इसमें CSET और GS को मिलाकर 47 टेस्ट है. Yes. Now, coming to the third part, how many of the following statements are correct? Biological weapons are entirely banned in India. India is a member of Biological Weapon Convention. A disease-causing organism can be used as a bioweapon. Jurisdiction of a state means the area where, suppose there is a state law, or the jurisdiction of a state simply means that the police and public order comes under the jurisdiction of the state. Jurisdiction means kshetradhikar, means the area where it is having the rule, it is having the power with respect to the cases or the crimes. Question number 3. Question number 3. Biological weapons are entirely banned in India. India is a member of Biological Weapon Convention. Third part is that a disease-causing organism can be used as a bioweapon. So I think all of you know about this, that all these three statements are correct. So answer here will be C option. Answer here will be option number C. All the three statements are correct here. So answer here in this case is going to be option number C. Now, coming to this topic, GLP drugs. GLP-1 drugs. Okay. So, GLP-1 drugs. Like when we talk about September 2025, WHO, it says that GLP-1 should be added to essential medicine. Should be added to essential medicine list. Essential medicine list. Okay. So WHO said that GLP-1 should be added to the essential medicine list. Now the question is, what is this drug used for? What is this drug being used for? What is the use of this drug? At that time, we have not focused on this one particular drug, GLP-1. Why? Because it was there in the news only for once. But now it has been repeated. And there is a full-fledged article and full-fledged discussion with respect to the GLP-1 drug. So now we have to look into this GLP-1 drug. If we talk about this, this is there in order to control the obesity. It is used for controlling the obesity or diabetes, especially the type 2 diabetes. It is there for control of type 2 diabetes or obesity. So let's take a look at how much obesity is there in case of India and the world. So if we look at this figure from 1990 to 2022, in 1990, around 1.1 million people, 1.1 million people in India, they were obese. In this part, there were around 1.1 million people in India who were obese in 1990. And with LPG reforms, there was a reform in the diet pattern of the people also. And now we see that in last 30 years, we have got now 26 million people who are suffering from obesity. If you look at the global figure, globally, around 67 million people were suffering from obesity. The number has increased to 374. Now look at this one very important part. This is almost 5 times. This growth is almost 5 times. The growth at global level is almost 5 times. But in the case of India, it is near about 25 times. It is near about 25 times. Okay. So when we are looking at this, it is near about 25 times, more than 22 times. So on an average, like it is near about 25 times increase in case of India. So in our case, in our country, obesity is rising at a rapid level. Okay. And you will find that in case of women, it has increased from 2.4 to around 44. In case of global level, in case of women, it has increased from 128 to 504. So here the growth is almost 4 times. Here the growth is almost 4 times. So it simply seems that men are getting more obese as compared to women. So women are like more conscious towards their health. Women are becoming more and more conscious towards their health. But on the other hand, men are not that much conscious toward their health. You can see the pattern in the boys and girls also. At India level, you will find that around 0.2 million boys, means the young age children, around 0.2 were suffering from obesity. But now we see the number is as high as 7.3 million. So in case of boys, the young boys, the number is much more higher. It is around 36 times. Okay. It is around 36 times. It is around 36 times. And in case of girls, it is around like 26 times. Globally, the figure is almost around 5 times. But in case of India, whether we are talking about men or women or boys or girls, in all these cases, we see that the number has increased by more than 20 to 25 times. And in some cases, it is crossing even 30 times. So obesity is quite much on the rise in India. And globally also, it is there. Now, in order to control this, we have this GLP-1 drug. We are having this GLP-1 drug. What is the use of this? This one, what it does, it enhances insulin production. It enhances insulin production. It slows down digestion. It slows down digestion. Why? So that people can feel they are not hungry. They are not hungry. so that people can have this feeling that they are not having any such hunger. Nowadays, we see that there is a preference for the junk food items. Like suppose, first of all, you are eating some chips, Lay's or Kurkure or anything. You are picking on some chips. Then you are also eating some biscuits. Then you are eating cookies. Then you are eating some sweets. Then you are eating samosas. Then jalebi, and so on. Meanwhile, if you are going, you can also find some momos. And while you are having momos, you can also see some chow mein also. Then all-time favorite Golgappe. Okay. So you see that many of these small items, many of these small food items, they look very small, but their calorie intake is quite higher. The calories which you get on consuming them is quite higher. The amount of fat, the amount of harmful nutrients which you get when you are consuming them is quite higher. They increase the cholesterol level, they increase the sugar level, they increase the salt level, and multiple other things. So nowadays, there is a pattern of eating junk food. And that's why we see that there is a tremendous increase in obesity in case of India also, and also at global level. Okay. So that's why WHO has said that we need to include this as part of essential medicine list. Now the question is this drug, is this medicine an ultimate solution to obesity? Is this drug an ultimate solution to obesity? The answer is no. It has to be taken in addition to a healthy diet, proper physical activity, plus GLP-1 drug. Okay. So glucagon 1 peptide, that is something which is a naturally occurring hormone in our body, which gives us the feeling that we are full. We don't need to eat anything extra. So it is mimicking the role of that naturally occurring hormone in our body, which will tell us that we are full. We don't need to consume anything. I hope that is clear. मैं तो बहुत खाता हूँ फिर भी वेट बढ़ता नहीं है. Contact WHO. Ask them to give another medicine for weight increase. Adverse effects. Okay. Adverse effects, like one of the major thing which has been said that it may lead to hormonal disruptions, like it may lead to imbalance of insulin. That is one part. Second thing, nowadays people have a tendency that if you are taking medicine, you can consume anything. May have seen that some people who are having cardiovascular diseases, if they are taking some medicine, they feel that now they don't have to worry about anything. They can consume any amount of food, any type of oily food, any type of fatty food, and their medicine will cover for all of them. Okay. So this is one part. Like over reliance on medicine can induce this one habit in people that they will be consuming more and more food items. They will not be carrying out any physical activity, and they will be entirely depending on the medicines for their cure. So I hope that's clear. So GLP-1 drug. Now, coming to the next part. So what is your favorite junk food which you are going to consume after the classes? What is your favorite food item which you are going to consume after the classes? मैं कुछ भी खा लूं, बॉडी को अच्छा लगता है, वेट गेन हो जाता है. तो देखो, if you are having weight gain by eating anything, then consult Bharat and tell him how he is getting this, how he is not able to get this weight gain. You should be transferring the weight to each other. Golgappe and chow mein. Okay. So think about jalebi rabri also, samosas also, litti chokha also. Anything else which comes to your mind, consume it. and then of course you can have always have chai. Okay. Chai has no adverse effect. Chai is something, the tea is something which is having no adverse effect. Okay. You can consume it at any number of times. There is no adverse effect at all. All the claims that tea is not good is false. Okay. I personally doesn't accept that. Now, coming to the second topic, electoral reforms. Okay. Electoral reforms. Now, if we talk about this, you can see this one part. Lok Sabha is going to take up discussion on electoral reforms next week. So next week we will be talking about this one topic again, but we are going to talk a little bit about that. What are the electoral challenges in India? What are the challenges in India? The electoral challenges. Okay. Now, coming to this one part, the first part is criminalization of politics in India. You all are aware about this, that around 45% of MPs in Lok Sabha have criminal charges against them, have criminal cases pending against them. We see that there are around 45% of MPs in Lok Sabha, they are having criminal cases pending against them. Okay. Then we see that there is a significant use of black money, the one which cannot be even accounted for. The one which cannot be even accounted for, that how much black money is being used in the Indian elections. In 2019 elections, in 2019 Lok Sabha election, as per the Election Commission of India, the official expenditure of political parties were as high as near about 60,000 crore rupees. But if you look at the black money, many people estimate that it goes up to 3 lakh crore to 5 lakh crore. This is the estimated figure, that the actual use of money in a general elections, the parliament has involvement of more than 3 lakh to 5 lakh crore rupees in form of black money. So there is huge use of black money in the elections in India. Then we also see that the electoral participation, only 2/3 people participate. It means near about 33% to 34% population in India is not taking part in elections. They are not going to the booth, they are not going to the polling centers, they are not participating in the electoral process. Means out of every 3 people, 1 of them is not going to the polling stations. So we see that not everyone is a party to this electoral process. Participation is lower. In some cases, in state elections, the participation is as high as 80 to 85%, and in some states it crosses even 90%. But overall, at the national level, the participation of people in the electoral process is around 66%. So that is also one of the challenge. Then gender participation. You are aware about this, that near about 13 to 14% participation. In the last 20 years, we are not talking just about one Lok Sabha. In the last 20 years, the participation of women in the Lok Sabha has been lower than 13 to 14%. In the state legislative assemblies, it has been even lower than that. It is around less than 10% in many of the states. In many of the states, it is lower than 10% also. Okay. Then we also see that the age of the politicians. India has always been called as a country of young people. India has been called as a country of young people, but our politicians are not that much young. The average age of politicians in India is more than 55 years. The average age of politicians in India is more than 55 years. Average age greater than 55 years. So the average age of the politicians in India is 55 years. A country where it is being said that near about 60% of the population is young. Near about 60% of the population is young. That country, the average age of politicians is 55 years. Now, at the same time, political funding, there is a lack of transparency. There is a lack of transparency in how the funding is being provided. How the funding is being provided to the political parties. There is no such correct source of funding of the political parties. And here we are talking about the official funding. The unofficial funding is entirely different. Entirely different. So this is one part, like the electoral funding in India is also quite much like opaque. Then if we talk about this, the independence of election commission. In the recent times, there has been times when election commission has set a global precedent. Indian elections and the election commission of India has set a global standard for elections at multiple times. Multiple times they have set a global standard. But in the recent times, there have been so many allegations of lack of autonomy, lack of independence for the Election Commission of India. In fact, the appointment process of Election Commission of India is in the favor of union government. So in recent times, there has been question on independence of Election Commission of India also. So these are certain challenges. These are certain challenges with respect to the elections in India. Now here I am giving you one question for mains. Okay. One question for practice. Suggest measures for electoral reforms in India. Suggest measures for electoral reforms in India. So you can write that in the comment box also in terms of keyword, or you can write it in your copy also in form of, in maximum 150 words. Okay. So you have to suggest measures for electoral reforms in India. In tomorrow's session, I will be asking questions on this. I need certain unique points from all of you. I need certain unique points from all of you. So you have to search a little bit and you have to give suggestions. Clear? Why Union government removed CGI from appointment of Chief Election Commissioner? See, there is no answer of why it has been done. It has been done. That is something which we know. Is it against the ruling of the Supreme Court? Yes, it is against the ruling. Is it against the spirit of independence of the Election Commission? Yes, of course it is. So why it has been done? There is no answer for that. It has been done, that we know. Is it bad? Yes, it is bad. Okay. So that is one thing which I can answer. Okay. Now, coming to the next part. Kosi River. Kosi River. So can you tell me, why is the Kosi River famous? Why is the Kosi River famous? मैं क्यों हंस रहा हूं? I am not laughing. I'm just a like cheerful person. I'm just a cheerful person. So government should adopt mechanism like direct democracy through some applications. And what if the applications are hacked? What if the application is hacked? That no matter whatever you press, the vote will go to only one particular party. Toro, Bihar. Thank you. So it is called as Toro, Bihar. Now, if we talk about this, the Kosi River, if we are talking about this one Kosi River, it is known for devastating floods. That is correct. Okay. It is the river which is passing through three countries. It is passing through Tibet, it is passing through Tibet, it is passing through Nepal, and then it is passing through, of course, India, and especially the state of Bihar. But you have to know a very important thing about this Kosi River. Out of its total drainage area, less than 15% is lying in the state of Bihar. Okay. Less than 15% of the drainage area of the entire Kosi River lies in the state of Bihar. Okay. So, less than 15%, of drainage area of Kosi in Bihar. It is the left bank tributary. It is the left bank tributary. It is the left bank tributary of Ganga River, the mighty Ganga River. It is also called as Sapt Koshi. It is also called as Sapt Koshi. Why the term Sapt Koshi? Because there are 7 tributaries of Kosi River. There are 7 tributaries of Kosi River. So that's why it is called as Sapt Koshi. If you are preparing for Bihar PCS exam, then you can also try to memorize the 7 tributaries of Kosi River. But otherwise, it is not required. So it is also referred to as Sapt Koshi River, also known as Sapt Koshi River. Why? Because it is having, this one is having 7 tributaries. It is having 7 tributaries. Okay. So that's why what we see that we have this one river, Koshi or Sapt Koshi. Now, why this is quite famous? Why this is quite famous or infamous? Okay. If we look at this, it has changed its course frequently. It is changing its course quite frequently. 120 kilometer westward shift, one tilt shift, 120 kilometer westward shift in last 250 years. So there is a shift in the course. Like if you look at this, in 1770, it was at this location. The major tributary of, or the major portion of this Kosi River was flowing through this area in 1770. And right now in 1963, you can see it is flowing through this region. So in this area, you can see that there is a shift. There is a shift of near about 120 kilometer in the course of the Kosi River. It has shifted around 120 kilometer westward. Earlier it was here near the portions of Araria, Purnia, etc. Now it has come to the regions of Saharsa, Supol, Nirmali also. Okay. So it has shifted towards the western side. It has shifted towards the western side. Now, this river Why? Why it is shifting its course? Why is this river shifting its course? What are the factors responsible for the shifting? The factor which is responsible for this is huge sediments. Huge sediments. This one river naturally carries huge amount of sediment. Means the sand, the pebbles, the sand, silt, pebbles. Huge amount of sand, silt, and pebbles are there in this river. In a short span of time, what we see that the entire river bed is filled with sediments. The entire river bed is filled with sediments, and then it changes its path. Then it is changing its course. Like suppose that you have made a drain, and then you have filled the drain with sand, silt, and pebbles. What will happen? The water will be spilling, the water will be going outside of that drain. In same manner, what we see that in the Kosi, naturally, there is so much huge amount of sediments. There is so much huge amount of sediments that it is filling its river bed. The river bed becomes filled with sediment, and then after, the river is shifting towards another course. It is shifting away from there. In 2008, there was this shift in the river, and 33 lakh people, they were affected due to this Kosi. They were affected due to Kosi. The official figure says that around 400 people died, but the unofficial figures are in thousands. The official figure says that only 400 people died in the Kosi flood in 2008, but unofficial figures keep it in thousands. Even official figure says that 33 lakh people were affected due to the Kosi. It has been called as the sorrow of Bihar. In the last 250 years, it has impacted significantly higher number of people and even caused death of thousands and thousands. So that is one of the challenge with the Kosi River. No, it is not about heavy rainfall. For Kosi, it is not about heavy rainfall. For Kosi, the simple thing is, it is having naturally huge amount of sediment. The higher amount of rainfall or climate change are the present things. But even in the past, in 1963, in 1968, 1971, 1998, 2008, 1991 also, there have been multiple incidences of flooding in the part of this Kosi. So this is one thing, like this river is frequently changing its course. Okay. Frequently changing its course. Generally we see that there is a westward shift. Till now it has been shifting the westward direction. 1731, 1770, 1807, 1840, 1892, 1912, 1926, 1933, 1950, 1963. Okay. So you will find that it is continuously shifting towards the western side. Okay. Yes, it is of course antecedent river. Himalayan rivers are normally antecedent river. So this is one part in the case of Kosi River. Now, coming to this one, another location is in news, a place in news. There is a place in news in Sudan. Sudan has always been there in the news from the last 1 year. There again, there are two places which are there in the news. One is a town. There is a town called as Baba Nusha. And this is a town. And there is a region. Which has been simply called as West Kordofan. Okay. So Kordofan is a region. If you look at this is the region of Kordofan. In that part itself, here you will find that we have this one area, Baba Nusha. This is the one location called as Baba Nusha. So here there has been again attack by some of the rebel groups. They have taken control over it. So there is a continuous civil war which is going on. A continuous civil war going on in Sudan. A continuous civil war. It has been there. Multiple rebel groups are there. There are multiple rebel groups in this area. Multiple rebel groups are also there in this area. So that's why this is continuously there in the news. If you look at Sudan, if you look at the map of Sudan, you can see it is having the capital city Khartoum. Okay. Here you will find Egypt is there, Libya, Chad, Central African Republic, South Sudan, Ethiopia, and Eritrea. So although neighboring countries are not important, there can be a question about the Red Sea. If there is an entire question, there can be a question about the Red Sea. It is also having a border with Red Sea. So just keep the name in your mind. There is a name called as the town which is called as Baba Nusha. Baba Nusha and Kordofan area. Kordofan area is there, and in that we have the Baba Nusha area, Baba Nusha town. So due to which, due to this rebel group actions, it is there in the news. I hope clear. Why official figures show less when it is really very high? Again, what can I say? सर बाबा नुशा एरिया का नाम है, मैं फर्स्ट टाइम I have also heard it for the first time. Many of these names come into news, and then we have to know about them. In UPSC prelims exam, you may have seen in 2024 also, 25 also, and earlier also, there have been some names which we have never heard about. So these are certain things which are once a while in the newspaper, and then UPSC is framing one question on them. So one of that is Baba Nusha, a town in South Sudan. Sorry, a town in Sudan. हाँ, संचार साथी ऐप पर आपकी विशेष टिप्पणी. I think it is not required anymore. Okay, it is not required anymore. Why? Because now the government has said that it is no longer required to be pre-installed in the mobile application. Government has said that the people of India are so much aware. The people of India are so much aware. There is mass awareness among the people. And even if the mobile companies are not giving it in a pre-installed format, people will automatically install it in their mobile phones for their own safety reasons. So for that purpose, a pre-installation of Sanchar Sathi app is not required as per the Department of Telecommunication. I hope that is clear. There is a question about CRISPR Birsa 101 indigenous gene therapy. Okay, let me look into this and then I will comment on it. Okay, so just write that in the comment box once, Bharat, so that before tomorrow's session I will just go through it and then let you know. Okay, so that will be all for today. Okay, that will be all for today. Let's meet tomorrow and then we will discuss about the remaining things. In today's newspaper also, there was a significant discussion on the Sanchar Sathi app. But by the time we are discussing this current affairs, government has given this order that it is no longer required to. Thank you so much. Take care and all the best.